Today, we are going to explore what reality is and how to use this knowledge to manifest whatever you want to experience into your life as a fact projected in the 3D. And for educational purposes, we are using the example of manifesting commitment with someone, but you can use this knowledge to manifest anything you want because you know the way you manifest one thing is the way you manifest anything. My intention behind this video is that next time when you encounter your circumstances, that you face them with empowerment. Unfortunately, this is not the law of really wanting something. Wanting something alone is not enough to create that reality, to manifest what you want. It's like Neville said, if you do not feel natural about what you want to be, you will not be it. It is the law of assumption. It's the law of assuming a new version of yourself, assuming that a new reality is true, assuming that you can achieve what you want. In the end, the most important thing about manifesting whatever you want is naturalness, that feeling of familiarity with that outcome. Okay, but before I get into it, hello everyone. If you're new here, my name is Al. Welcome to my channel. If you're in need of coaching, go to the description box. The information is there. But right now, let's get into today's topic. In the book, Thinking Fourth Dimensionally, Neville Goddard talks about how the fourth dimension holds all possibilities. Every outcome that you can think of in your life, every storyline that can be experienced. It's a field of infinite possibilities and everything happening at the same time in this moment right now, and we can access it. So we are being born, we are growing up, we are dying, we are married, we are divorced, we are single, we are successful, we are a failure. We are the most popular person in the world, the least popular person in the world. We are rich, we are poor, everything happening in this infinite now. So if everything is available to us in this moment right now, every outcome, every reality, the interesting question is, what determines which outcome I'm going to experience, right? And the answer for that is awareness. It is the consciousness that we are projecting onto the 3D world through our thoughts, our feelings, our state of consciousness. It is the story that we have accepted for ourselves that keeps forming and shaping our reality, our experiences. What are you projecting onto the 3D right now? What are your thoughts and feelings telling you about who you think you are, who they are, how this relationship is, okay? What is the story that you are accepting in this moment? It's so important to realize all of this because then you will know what you are creating. You will know what you are manifesting. You have freedom of choice, okay? You do. But you will only experience what you are able to embody. Everyone has limiting beliefs. Every belief is limiting because it limits you to a certain experience. But there are good beliefs and there are negative beliefs that create negative patterns in our reality. But you will only be limited by your own sense of limitation. So sometimes it will require some work in your part to change your mind, to drop the old story, to let go of all of the old assumptions that you had about yourself or other people. But isn't it a work that is worth it? It may take some work. It may take some time for you to embody that version of yourself, but you have to become aware of what you are embodying along the way, okay? So that you know exactly where you are, you know what you have changed, and you know what you are still working on changing. But becoming aware is already a great thing when you know right now, I am not the ideal. And this is what many people have trouble with. The difference between being a version of yourself or just thinking about being that version of yourself. Because when you are that version, then you are your own validation. And this is what we are all working towards. If you are looking for signs in the 3D, If you are waiting for your circumstances to change so you can feel differently about yourself, you can think differently about your life, then you are not being the ideal. You are not being the perfection that you have decided to be, where that desire lies. This is who I want to be. This is what I desire to be. You're not being it. You're just thinking about being that. And then you are still not creating the life that you want to experience. Think about all of the characteristics that you hold true about yourself, about who you are. You define yourself by those things. There is no one in the world that could convince you of anything else. When you are a version of yourself, you don't need anyone's validation. You don't need the 3D to prove to you that this is who you really are, okay? So when you are looking for validation, when you are waiting to be confirmed in your own story, it only happens because you're not certain about that story. So you need something else, someone else to tell you, oh, this is who you are. Yes, you are someone who people want to commit to. You are someone who people choose. You are someone who people can fall in love with. You are waiting for those things to happen because you're not certain about who you are. In the 4th D, everything is a fact right now. Everything is happening in this moment right now, the eternal now. But in the 3D, things are linear. In the 3D, there is time. Time is a factor. So because it's linear, there are certain events that have to unfold. And this may imply some time. So if you're not being who you want to be, you are not going to hold on through that time, that version of you feels natural to who you are, that you start seeing life through that version that you want to be. Can you see why being, assuming that version of you that you want to be is key to success? Because when you have those ideas about yourself, I am someone that people fall in love with. I am someone who gets committed to. I'm someone who gets into healthy relationships. I always have consistent partners. I always have partners who love me, respect me, who chooses me every day. I only have partners that I can trust and that trust me. When you have all of those ideas about yourself, then you don't need the validation of the 3D to prove to you that this is who you are. Then you carry yourself with your self-concept through the middle. And we talked about this sometimes. The middle can be messy, okay? It doesn't have to be, but it can be messy. How can you become stable? How can you hold on to that idea of who you are to the point that it becomes natural to you to be that version of yourself, to see yourself as that person? You can only achieve that if you stay consistent, and the validation has to come from within. Time is then not going to affect you because your conviction is clear. If this is who I am, this is what I am going to get eventually. If you're manifesting commitment with someone that you have in mind, that relationship that is healthy, that is consistent, that is loving, however it may look like, you have to become aware that this exists in this moment right now. That at somewhere you are experiencing that life, okay? You have to become aware of it. You have to get a sense to the feeling that comes with it. And it can come in different forms. Normality, peacefulness, love. You don't have to go around thinking, oh, I am married to that person, convincing yourself that you already are in that commitment. This is not what I'm talking about. But that reality comes with a way of thinking and a way of feeling, a feeling state. It may be the sense that I'm happy in this moment. I have everything that I want. I'm grateful for my life. I feel in peace. I feel fulfilled. The outer reality can be very convincing, But change will only come if you overcome that. If you become the person that you want to be. If you start changing your mindset. And this is the thing. Every little shift is taking you where you want to be. You don't have to be perfect right now. You don't have to put so much pressure on yourself and stress out. Okay? You can accept that you are going to get there because you are moving towards that goal. Okay? A journey of 1,000 steps starts with the first step. You will know that you are on the right track because within you, when you become aware of the 3D, that it's different, within you, you will have that feeling, yeah, but I know that I'm going to get there. I know that I'm going to achieve my goals. I know that I'm going to be committed to that person and we are going to have a happy life. I know that this is what I'm going to go through. And nobody can take that away from you. Okay? You got this. So think about everything that we talked and do something with it. Start thinking fourth dimensionally. Okay? That's it from me, guys. Thank you so much for being here. We are going to talk soon. Bye-bye.